What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Dilly Time here, aka Dilly as most people call me, and in today's video we're going to be going over what build you should be making to dominate Court Conquer and Big Top, aka the rep boosting events, because they're all AI, so you really don't need a build that's like overpowered. You just need builds that are going to maximize your rep, and we're going to be going over these builds that for the 3v3 Court Conquer, the Big Top events, anything that's going to help you guys get the most rep and use the glitch plays that most people use. That is what we're going to be going to show you guys how to make these builds so you guys can dominate, and really what you should be focusing on when you make these builds. So without further ado, let's dive right in, guys. So the first build you guys are going to be making is the main ball handler, the guy that's going to be throwing you lobs, so that way you can slam it down. Or if you're just wanting to get the lobs to get the rep from that, you both are going to be getting over 1,000 my points per lob, so that's very crucial that you make these builds. The first one's going to be shooting guard, not point guard, mainly because you just get one more defensive badge. It is AIs, but hey, one more defensive badge is better than nothing. 77, paying tribute to my boy Luka Doncic. Then we're going to go ahead, and what we're going to be doing is selecting the pure yellow pie chart, because this is the one that's going to allow us to get the most rep for when we throw lobs. We're going to go the first pie chart as far as speed goes. We're going to do is max out close shot, driving layup, and driving dunk until you get 4 finishing. So we're going to stop at 69. Then we're going to go ahead and max out our mid-range, our three-pointer, our free throw, and then we're going to max out our post-fade until we hit 16 shooting badges, okay? Then what we're going to do is max out our ball handle, our pass accuracy, and then we're going to go one tick on post moves, giving us 30 playmaking badges. Do you need 30? No, but hey, why not get the most out of this build? Max out perimeter, lateral, and steal, and then we're going to go ahead and max out our defensive rebound, and then we're just going to add the rest to block, which gives us a total of 4 finishing, 16 shooting, 30 playmaking, and 7 defensive badges. I like to go defined on this build. 6'5" is the height. We're going to be going 198 on the weight, because I'm making this build for the goal to be at 97 lob thrower, 98 overall lob thrower, so that way it still gives me that 99 acceleration, 99 speed with Gym Rat, and the 99 overall +4, so the +8 gives me well over that 99. And then the wingspan, I shorten it to the lowest, the second lowest, just to give me that extra 3-point and mid-range, because we're not really going to be shooting on this build unless, you know, it's like a last second need to shoot like a mid-range, because the time's winding down because we can't get a lob off. So 77.9-inch wingspan. For the takeover, you can go playmaking is what I would recommend, because if you're just going to be using this just for the event and throwing lobs, go ahead. But if you're thinking about maybe if I hit legend, I want to take it to the park and kind of streak up, I would go slasher, because you get, in my previous video, it talks about you get +10 on all your driving stuff, and your speed and acceleration goes up by 10, as well as your ball handle, and then everything else gets +5, like your three-pointer and stuff. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we've made the slashing playmaker. So we're going to go ahead and show you what the badges should be set up strictly for the events. So let's dive right into that. Alright guys, so here is the badge layout for the events. If you're going to be doing this strictly just for the events, contact finisher on maxed out on gold, and then relentless finisher on bronze. You could do this right here and do both silver if you wanted to, but I just like contact finisher on gold. Then we're going to be going ahead and do the shooting. We have catch and shoot and green machine on silver, and then the rest of the badges are on gold. Flexible release, dead eye, hot zone, and range extender. Those are the best badges for pure gold in my opinion. The playmaking is where it's at. We have ankle breaker on Hall of Fame, dimer, handle for days, quick first step, all on Hall of Fame. But these are the 2 badges that you guys should be getting right off the bat with this build if you're going to grind it out. Lob City Passer and Flashy Passer. These are the ones that are going to give you more for your takeover and increase the more effectiveness, which is going to give you more rep. Needle Threader on silver, and then on Break Starter if you just want to throw a lob at half court. Trust and believe, it does happen. You can do that on a fast break. If you get the ball, you can throw this up with Needle Threader and Lob City Passer. If your lob catcher is down there at the goal, you can actually, in fact, throw a lob from half court. I've done it. It's pretty cool. And then for the defensive, because they're AIs, we're not going to stress too much. Clamps on silver, Intimidator on bronze, Pit Pocket and Pick Dodger all on silver. It's one of the easiest builds to make, because really what's happening with the glitch is you're just going to be holding the ball at the 3-point line at the hash, and your player's just going to run around you so you can throw the lob. It's super easy. So we just made this build specifically to throw lobs. So let's go ahead and dive right into one of the other builds you should be making that's going to be catching the lob. All right, guys, this is the second build we're going to be using right here. It is for the power forward position. Left or right hand does not matter. Jersey number doesn't matter either, but what does matter is the skill breakdown, and that is the pure blue pie chart. This is one just like the pure playmaking. It is going to give you the most rep, and that's what we're doing with these AI events. Now, if you're going to use this for park, which I don't recommend a pure blue, you can go down here and do the balance, but since it's only for the AI events, we're going to focus on the speed to catch lobs at a faster rate. Moving on to the build, we're going to go ahead and max out our post hook, our standing dunk, our driving dunk. We're going to bring our driving layup to a 71, and then we're going to only bring up our close shot to a 70, giving us 30 total finishing badges. For the shooting, we're going to max out our post fade, and then we're going to do all but 1 on our free throw, giving us 7 total shooting. Here we're going to max out our pass accuracy and max out our post moves to give us 16, or excuse me, make our pass accuracy to a 66, which is another just 1 tier down. Interior defense, lateral quickness, and then max out our offense and defensive, and then the remaining go to block. And then these last 9, I would do a little bit of perimeter and then a little bit of steal to kind of balance it out. So you're looking at a total at 30, 7, 16, and 11 as the total badge spread. I like to go built here. 6'10 is the height. The weight we're going to be doing is 202. And then we're going to be maxing out our wingspan. So as you can see, we have a 93 driving dunk, 97 at 99 overall, and then our defense isn't that bad either. 84 at 99 block, and then of course an 82 offensive and defensive rebound. That is more than enough for this event. Now, probably not going to be using this build at 99, but hey, if you do, kudos to you. What I would be focusing on with this build is max outing your offensive and defensive rebounding and your interior defense, and then use the lateral quickness next. And then after that, I would just max out everything finishing wise, specifically driving dunk and driving layup, just because we're going to be catching lobs. So those are the 2 that I would work on, and then the rest you could totally work out as you move through. That's what I would choose with this build. And then of course, now we're going to go ahead and pick the takeover. I would choose post takeover just because it's going to be the best for this event. And then with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have built an interior finisher. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you the badge spread and how I would do it for this event. Alright guys, and here we are for the badges, starting with the finishing right here. As you can see, a lot of Hall of Fame. We have 7 Hall of Fame badges that we could potentially do. Acrobat, contact finisher, relentless finisher is what I'm finding out is actually what gives you the ability to finish at the rim with contact dunks, combined with contact finisher. So that's definitely something that I would max out as well. Lob City finisher is probably the second badge you should grind out for with this build outside of contact finisher. So what I would do with this build, I would go Lob City finisher first, contact finisher, and then relentless finisher, because remember, you're going to be using this build for AIs, okay? So I would probably go silver here and then max this guy out, and then I'd probably work on this guy and then max out this after that. Solidity finisher I would work on next as well, and then Showtime is great for those alley-oops and then those contact dunks. If for some reason, if you double tap triangle, 2K loves just to give you a high arcing pass instead of lob. So with that, with Showtime being able to hold the right analog stick down while turboing, it's going to give you a nice highlight dunk, which is going to boost your takeover. So this is what I run. Big roll on bronze as well, and then fancy footwork as well. You can change it up however you're liking, but if I'm doing it specifically for the AI, this is what I would run right here, guys. For the shooting, not a whole lot. I would do Hot Zone Hunter on gold, Slippery Finisher, Slippery Off Ball on silver, as well as Range Extender. For the playmaking, what I would do is Unpluckable on gold, because you do have a low ball handle, so anything that helps. Downhill, I would either do downhill or break starter on the 3v3 court conquer or the big top, and then post spin technician and quick first step on gold as well. And then Dream Shaker, it's great for, to make the defender bite when you're doing fakes in the post. And then of course Needle Threader for those break starting passes. And then of course for the defense, ladies and gentlemen, what we would do is we would have, this is the kind of setup I would run just for the AI events. I would have Rim Protector on gold, Intimidator on bronze just because you're 6'10", and then I would have Box Out on silver, Brick Wall on silver, Chase Down on bronze, Clamps on bronze, and Rebound Chaser on bronze. So that's what I would run for this one right here. Now, if you're going to be running the 3v3 Court Conquer and the Big Top, I'm going to be showing you another pure blue pie chart that you could run for these events, so that way you guys can trade lobs and your pure playmaker can keep throwing lobs all day long. So let's dive right into that build. Alright guys, and for the final build right here guys, as you can see, shooting guard, left-handed, 88, whichever build right-handed you want to do, or the number, it doesn't matter. The reason why we're going shooting guard is so we can have speed, because normally with 3v3 you're going to have 2 guards, and so with this way we can definitely have speed on the second ball handler. Moving on to the pie chart, you already know it's pure blue, and pure speed is what we're doing for the physical. Now with this one, what you want to do is, again, post hook, standing dunk, driving dunk, max out your layup, and then just move close shot until it hits 30. Then what we're going to be doing is we're going to be coming down to the playmaking. We're going to skip shooting, but we're going to be going here, and our goal is to get 15 playmaking. If we can get 15, we're golden. And then we're going to come down here, we're going to do perimeter defense, lateral, steal. Defense and offense have obviously maxed out, block as well, and then we're going to move our interior defense up until we get 10. The last one I'd probably put on post moves. I don't really see this as a post move build, but if you guys wanted to, you could drop it down, do something like this if you wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep this right here. Let me drop it down a little bit, and then boom, just like that. So what we have is 30, 1, 15, and 10 on this build. It's pretty much just like the power forward. The only downside is you lose 1 playmaking and post moves, and you lose 1 defensive. So you do get a higher driving dunk or layup, which is a positive, but tomato with these 2 builds. These 2 builds you can pick, but you gotta have the pure playmaking for these AIs. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it, but you can literally just do either this one or the power forward if you want. The power forward one, I would say that you can do a little bit more post moves with, because you do have those 7 shooting. So moving on, you can do whatever you want. I would do built with this one. You're gonna go 6'8" at the height. You're going to go 186 on the weight, which gives you an 82 speed, which gives you 90 speed at 99 if you decide to max this build out at 99 with Gym Rat badge. And then, of course, we're going to max out our wingspan. And as you guys can see, we have a 70 close shot, 91 driving layup, 95 driving dunk, standing dunk, and post hook. So this is definitely a build that you can definitely take to the AI courts, as well as if you looked at the defense, 70 steal, 77 block, and 72 and 74 offense and defensive rebounding. These are the builds that you want to use, guys. Of course, slashing takeover is the takeover, guys. And then that you have created is a slasher. We're going to go ahead and dive right into the badges, because this is a different badge spread out. So if you choose this build, I want you guys to be successful and have the actual badges that I would use for this build. So let's go ahead and dive right into that. Alright guys, and here are the badges for this build. Again, we're only actually going to have 6 Hall of Fame this time. Acrobat, Lob City Finisher, Showtime, Consistent, or Contact. Oh my god, let's redo that. 3, 2, 1, begin. Alright guys, so here are the badge spread out. As you can see, 6 Hall of Fame badges in finishing: Acrobat, Contact Finisher, Giant Slayer, Relentless Finisher, Lob City Finisher, and Showtime. The reason you want Giant Slayer is because you are 6'8". For some reason, if you go to the 2v2 Court Conquer and you have like Shaq or somebody, this is the badge that's going to be able to allow you to finish over them with conjunction with Relentless Finisher and Contact Finisher. So that is a key thing that I would only change with this build, is put Giant Slayer on. Solidity Finisher does drop to gold, but it's better than nothing. And then Pro Touch drops down to silver. Our only shooting badge we're going to do is Slippery Off Ball for screens. Our playmaking, this is what it's looking like: Post Spin Technician, Unpluckable, Quick First Step, Break Starter if you are doing the threes, Dream Shake if you're in the post for some reason, and then of course Needle Threader when you're passing it out on the fast break. Defensively, we have 10. I would go Brick Wall on silver, Intimidator on bronze, Chase Down on bronze, Clamps on silver, Rebound Chaser on bronze, and of course Rim Protector on gold. Remember, this is an event build only, so you're only grinding it out for the AI events. If you want to take it to park or whatever, you can. I personally wouldn't recommend it, but hey, that's tomato. As always guys, this is your boy Dilly Dilly. Thanks guys for staying so long, and as always guys, until next time, I'm out.